Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. So very excited. Susanna has selected Poppy as her May flower. We're alternating months and each one of us got to pick a flower, and May is Susanna and Poppy's it is. So in the book that we have kicked off with Treasury of flower designs, that's the Poppy. They're very distinctive, aren't they? Especially with little prickles along their stems and the little bud of which the poppy comes out of. So what I've done is I've photocopied him. So I've got a little version of him here as my reference. Now I just wanted to have a quick look in this watercolour book because I have a feeling there was a poppy in here. This is more for helping me, yeah, there they are. This is more for helping me to understand where to lay my thread colours. Is that a poppy? Could be. Some of the flowers look very similar. Poppy 92, page 92. But there's heaps of images online that you can get a bit of a reference to. So, and that's if you're, there we go, that's if you're sketching, painting, stitching like I am, or if you're like Susanna, she's hunting for fabrics that have the flowers already on them and then collaging, stitching and embellishing from that point. So, yeah, look at that. There's a bud opening to reveal the poppy about to come out. Okay, well, I've got my iron on. My poppy is going to nestle in here. So here we go. Oh, this is so much fun trying to capture these flowers. So I don't really want to go past there. And last time with the rose, I felt like I was a little bit short. So maybe I'll try and get the head of the poppy in first. My iron's clicking away here. They're very lacy leaves, aren't they? Well, not leaves. Gosh, I'm already stumbling on my words. Petals. Let's get this petal happening here. Let's get a stem. Poppies have that real curve about them too. I haven't been real successful in growing poppies, but they have a real willowy sort of feel about them. Well, that's my interpretation of a poppy anyway. So let's see how we go. Just sort of trying to place some of these petals. It's going to crash. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. I haven't had breakfast yet. So I'm feeling a little empty. Yeah, that's not bad. It's sort of looking that way, and then we'll do the stamens. Little hump in there by the looks of it. This one should be relatively easy to capture because it's a real loose looking flower. Now, do I put a big more open one, or try and do how am I going to position them? Can I just stop at one? I feel like I've got him sorted. That was relatively painless. I sort of feel like that could be more of a bud thing, and maybe I'd bring, let's put an open poppy here. We'll start with its little center with all those little stamens coming. Oh gosh, I hope you can't hear my tummy, for goodness sakes. Let's do this petal here, and it's got a little curly edge. This one Just sort of sitting in behind. Let's drop this one up here. Give it a lacy curly edge. And then we'll take another one up the back here, also with a curled over edge. Let's just bring him. So far I haven't had to pick up my iron, but don't count your chickens yet, girl. So I feel like I could bring another petal through there just to soften it a little. It's a bit of a creative looking flower, isn't it? I need my eraser. Which petal's going over what? That petal can go over that. Tuck him in behind. That guy's coming through there. We've got another one coming around the back. This one has a lacy edge, which could also extend there like it's curling in. I think I need to move the center of my poppy, actually. Let's move it more there and then bring out all of those. Don't know what colour I'll be doing my poppy. I sort of have this red rose here. I might have to do a bit of research and maybe we do orange. Like, isn't that just pretty with the darker centre? We could play with that centre a bit more here. Let's get, so there's like this. Do you find yourself looking at flowers when you walk past the florist? I have been. It's like, oh, I've just stitched you. Yeah, let's play with this centre. So if we do lots of little stitches around the outside, but make it quite bud-like, like that, like really, I might even do bullion knots into that to build up that height, and then little guys around the outside. Look how lacy it is. So I could probably even bring more petals in. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to muddy it up. And this little guy will bring through like that for now. Let's get another a sideways flower, that guy there. Maybe I'll turn it upside down. Help me with my, once again, perspective. There's the bud. Oh, my tummy again. I do apologise if you can hear it rumbling. I should have made myself something to eat before I sat down, but I just had poppies on the brain and just wanted to start, you know. Yeah, I don't mind that. I like this looking over towards everything sort of shape. And then the little spiky things, and we might, I think I might do a bit more work on the centres than I had originally thought. Now I'll leave that because it's a bit more turned, where that one's a bit more turned this way. Okay, happy with that. We need some of these bud things. So they're not connected flowers, are they? They're on their own stem. So if I have a bud, or what's it shaped like? It's not like that. It's more of a, like a nut. And then a little slit there for it to break open for the little petals to start coming out of them. No, it doesn't have lines there. What are you doing? You're recreating a plant that doesn't have that. But there's little little spiky fibres all over these. Yep. Don't feel like it's got enough of a curve. That poppy has that distinctive curve, doesn't it? That's it. You get that right, and I think it starts to look like a poppy. Well, that's my story. Now let's get some leaves happening. Let's anchor the bottom of this with some form of leaves. I might just forget about stems at the moment. I can always rub them out, you know. Don't worry about they're quite distinctive, aren't they? I seem to be changing the style of stem as I sketch. She can't make up her mind on what she's doing. Let's tidy that up a bit. I like that. I lost my way there. So let's get rid of that. I like that. I feel like it's got to be finer and pointy. Yeah. So let's try and do a stem in this zone. This one's coming together a lot quicker. That does not look like it's this leaf. That's what I meant to say before. I can't talk, sketch and draw and, you know, all of that together. It's just too much. Am I encapsulating? I can't believe how quick the poppy came together, and the leaf is what's giving me grief. I think we get it. I think we're getting it now. Probably need to focus my attention more on the detail of the leaf and the shape where it was a little bit sketchy. And there's these little pointy, jagged sides to it. So let's get our heads thinking more of that. That's better. And then this will feel like it's more connected. That's better. And this one can get quite narrow in here. So those leaves are attached to him. This guy is coming down in midair. He could have a smallish leaf. I don't want to interfere with that bud. Or a pod, seed pod. Gosh, they're unusual leaves. At least I'm not having the trauma that the rose was to try and get it to look like a rose. I This little guy is not as bad, so that's all right. So that guy there is coming through and disappearing into there. So that's that big fellow. This little guy's can come down here. It's a bit muddy in there. This little guy is coming through here, and that leaf can cover it. That makes sense. It always looks better once I get the paint sort of happening, because it's a cleaner line. At the moment it feels like it's a little bit messy, but that's all right. So that little guy's there. This little guy he has a home, he has a home, he's coming home. This little fellow is coming through behind all of them. Is how we'll do that. So through there, through there. The fabric moves on me and I think I've got a clean line, and I don't, because the fabric just goes whoop, and there's a little. Now all of these stems have this spikiness about them. So that'll be interesting. I still don't think I've got that bud right. It needs to be more like that. That's better. Yeah. So, are we happy with that? I think we are. Do we want to push the leaves any further? Maybe we can, now that we've taken a breath, and get a few more little jaggedy shapes in there. Yeah, that's better. So in the next video, next week, I'm going to join them all into, that guy's joining that. We will join this guy, but we need to make it cleaner here. Where are we heading with it? So next week's Monday video, we'll be applying the paint. That'll give me a little bit of time to think about the colours, but I'm tending towards orange, to be honest. What I'll do is I'll hop on Google and just have a look at poppies and see. Could do yellow. I don't think I want to do the pinks and the reds because it's going to detract from that. I think it's going to be yellow and orange, to be honest. I think that'll really stand out then on its own accord. Yeah, that's better. And I don't have a lot of yellow and orange threads, so this might be an opportunity where I can really play with the paints. Yeah, no, that's, I don't think they need to be tapered. You know, poppies have got that quite a thick, yeah, they do, look at that. So I'm going to make that really distinctively thick. Yep. Okay, so now let's really define our petals, and are we happy with them? Love how petals turn over like that. That's really fun to play with when you're stitching. And I think that centre needs to be quite distinctive as well, the centre of a poppy. Yeah, the centre's not as showy, but that's okay. Let's get that anchoring petal in. That's what really tells the story, that it's looking that direction. We've got that big guy, this little guy. I was going to do some stitching over here too, but my month got away on me with the rose and the whole moving house business. But that's all good. Got plenty of time. I'll catch it. Yeah. Yep. I need to decide which petal's coming over what. That petal there. Okay. And the big one. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Oh, that pepper girl. I think it's the marmot. She's assisting him. She's providing advice on his motorbike riding skills. Does that have to come in there a little bit? I think I need to actually, yeah. I think these lines on this need to be a little bit more jagged. I've got a little bit too smooth. So I think when I do, I've got to get it a little lacier. There we go. That looks weird, doesn't it? That blob. That's better. Yeah. We'll turn that leaf up. That's all we'll do. Yeah. That's better. Whew. Gosh, I tell ya. I can't believe how quickly this has come together. Do I iron it out and have another go? Maybe I'll do another one of those. What if it was one that had a bit of the colour of the petal coming out? We're getting a bit game now, aren't we? So it's starting to come open like this guy. I should do an upward version of him, but we're not going to push our luck. We're just going to do I think what's going to make all those is when all those little stitches come in, like the little, they're everywhere. I think too the foliage on a poppy is quite low, so there's no need to try and get flowers up the top here. I think it's all very down here is the habitat, and then up shoots these buds, and then they open up. Really happy with that. Yay! Love it. You know, the other thing I haven't done is made my signs. How are we going for time? Oh, we've got time. Let me just move the iron out of the way. And what we might do, seeing I have some time and my poppy is in place, let's do, if I have some calico, I may not. I don't think I have any calico handy. Well, might not be doing, oh, I know where there's some. Hang on a minute. Hold the horses. Oh yeah, let's also have a look at the paints and decide. There's some calico that you can use. There's some ink. Let's have a look at the colours, and that's going to tell us what we do. Oh yeah, look, let's do this. Lemon sherbet, lemon sun, tangerine, poppy red, hello, and chili red. I think that's where we will be with colours, which is next week. We don't want to be mucking around too much too soon. Let's have a look in here. I can't imagine these will be bright enough. Maybe. Now see, look, I can't go too wrong. Oranges, that there is not bad. I could even bring in some of those moodier tones. So yeah, okay. It's going to be an orange and yellow with a hint of red poppy is decided. So what am I doing? Stay focused. Oh, let's just have a quick look at these paints. These are the gouache ones that Fleur Woods uses. Yeah, so that guy there with a hint into there. Yeah, that's what it is. There you go. Won't be a surprise now next week. You'll be like, we know what her poppies are going to be. How come I managed to break these lids so easily? So we need a scrappy bit. See, look, my confidence is growing. At the very beginning of this series, I was sketching them before I'd start to get a feel for, you know, we'll use this piece to get a feel for it. And now I'm just like, boots and all, she's in. Just go for it. Okay, now we're going to need something to stamp onto, which I'm going to use the book. So if you've got some housework to do or something to go and do the dishes, you might as well toddle off, because this is going to be as interesting as watching me create the word rose and poppy and stamp them. So yeah, you are excused. There's an E and an R. I need to know, am I missing something here? There they all are. There's an S. Okay. So this is, if you just tuned in and wondering, what the heck is she doing now? What I've been doing is stamping the name of the flowers on a little itty bitty bit of calico, just like that. And then cutting it out and stitching it on. P. Oh, this will be a challenge, because I don't think I have 3 Ps. Oh, degree of difficulty has just... So I did consider at the time buying 3 of these. They were really inexpensive. I bought them when I did the Ann Woods 52 tags. I definitely don't have a P again. And I thought, you know, is it silly buying 3 sets? But I didn't. I only bought 2. Where's a Y? What am I missing here? A Y. Slow the eyes down. It's definitely not there. Well, that's going to jigger me if I can't pull off the Y. We're really up the creek, aren't we? Surely. Ah, okay. Now, let's see if we can pull this off. No, we don't need 2 more peas. We only need those 2, don't we? Probably would have made sense to try and put... That's not bad. My O's a bit on the dodgy side. Let's try another way where I do that and then all I got to do is bring in the P. Now that would have been logical. Let's see if I can get a better O. Yep. Now just bring a P. Can fiddle with this all day. Oh. I was sort of stamping over my hand. Let's see if this is better. That's pretty good. I'm not going to muck around with this anymore. Like, come on, girl. I also have some housework I need to go and do, so let's not muck around. You just lose hours in your craft room, can't you? Like, once you start fiddling around, oh, now I'm going to have to straighten them all. I'm sure most of my viewing audience has disappeared. What's the time? Oh gosh, we've still got half an hour. I think I'm going to grab my black pen and start sketching that poppy in. Okay. I can't help myself. We just have to, don't we? I think we can. We got half an hour. Let's just do it. And then we can get into the paint properly next week. And what do I usually use? Number 3, I think. Okay, save those because they'll be cut out and stitched in. So that, where's Poppy? We're going to go for it. We got time. I'm going to start with these leaves. Now, slow down, girl. And sketch in. So I'll try and get a little bit more of a lacy feel. So for those of you that jumped up and took off and did your washing up and that, you've now missed me doing more on my flowers. But I'd say you would have gone, she's continued on, yet she's telling us to go. She must be up to some more. I'm probably gone, I'll just hang. Sure enough, the girls decided to pick up a pen. And sketch permanently, sketch in her poppies. Trying to skim across the cloth because the point of the pen is digging in. Concentrating. She's not talking. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that leaf. Don't dig in. Actually, I think I do black line them in, don't I? After I've sketched them. Maybe I didn't with the rose because it took so bloomin' long to get the rose onto the cloth that I probably did the black pen, the, you know, outline it forever pen after, on the second video. I can't remember. Maybe I did. This is the best bit when you come back then with the iron. And iron out your marks. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, if I do say so myself. I'm going to do this little leaf up here. I'm going to clearly define this little guy. She's concentrating. Can you hear the brain turning? I'm really having to think about each petal now and where the lines would go. I think I need to soften this guy a bit. It's a bit big. Be very careful with those markings in there, because I think I want my threads to do the work and not this. So I'm going to avoid that section. Because I think it would look a bit odd if I don't know exactly where I want all those little spiky bits. And okay, so what's happening there? What's crossing what? Lost my way there a bit. Okay, so it's going behind. And this one is through, okay. Gosh, if you could see my face, I've got my tongue hanging out. You know, when you're concentrating and your tongue is poking out of your mouth. Oh my goodness. This pen is just not performing like I recall it. So I'm wondering if the tip of it's getting a bit worn. Maybe I'm just being a little heavy-handed as possible. Make that finer. It's a little bit big. Okay. Soften that leaf there. Leaf, petal. Oh, you guys must just shake your head listening to my dialogue. Considered thought, considered speech, considered placement of words in true grammatical correct style. Not here. Okay. If only I didn't have to talk. I'll just do the centre like that. I just don't want to muddy it with a heap of black pen, if that makes sense. Yep, that's looking rather good. That's the doorbell if you can hear it, but my husband will be able to get that. I'm deep in concentration, drawing a poppy or two. Okay, all right, now let's do this little guy. And he's the one that's about to bust open. So we're going to have a green husky bit and then these little bit coming out. So it's like telling a story. Not yet, nearly, and here we are. So let's get these stems right. They're a bit all over the place here. And I think I'm missing that guy there is connected to that fellow going through. That's the little fellow from the bud. This little bud, he can come through over here, but just a little bit. That guy, that guy. I'm still missing one, aren't I? Oh no. No. No, I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need another one. I think I'll do this one here. Yeah, that'll do it. That's the big one. That's the big one. How do I get this up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's through there. So that's right. No, we're right. Oh, how can some stems be? Have I still got her? I'm looking up at the TV now. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 coming into the cluster and then one by itself. It's all right. Whew. My goodness me. All right, so let's have a little iron and see if we've missed anything. No. Mind you, you can pick it up when you start adding your colours. There's a little bit missing there. Wrong pen. Yep. That needs to join in there. That can join there. Yep. That's got to join there ever so slightly. That comes in. Yep. That's it. might just do that there. Yeah, there you go, guys. Now, scissors, and I've got scissors handy. No, maybe I don't. I might have to leave it at that. Oh, no, there they are. I was just going to jump up and add, while I think of it, I think I'm going to use that one. And rose. So all I do, I want them quite scant too, like they're just there. And the good thing about this ink, if it's a little bit, wrong one, a little bit faded out, you can just touch it with the pen to bring it back. Like I put my finger on that and I swear I knocked a bit of the ink off. And then I will never be able to tear that. So what we'll do is we'll just rough up the edges a little. I want it to sort of look like an old piece. So there's Rose. What did I do with Poppy? I haven't got Poppy out yet. So let's get, oh, there's my phone. Look, I might toddle off, guys, because someone's ringing me, but Poppy will be added somewhere. Rose will be added somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. See you later, guys.